Hello, this is making embellishments from scraps, and today I am making these beautiful little hearts. I'm just going to lay some of the different ones I've made. Excuse me, I made these 3 today. But I made these when I was bored during COVID. So I'm going to show you how to make them. I think they're so cute. Well, let me pour them back down here. Okay. So today, I thought I'd make one out of this wedding paper. And here's what it looked like before I punched it. This was one of them. And this was a large rose, and I had used it on a wedding album. And I'm going to start by this one. It's pretty nondescript. You can't even tell what it is in its punch state, really. And I am going to take the floral part of the heart, and I'm going to come in a little bit, and I'm going to cut it so it is probably, I think this mark is 1 3/4 of an inch. So I'm cutting that off, and keep my paper here to kind of push it out. And then I'm going to cut off a little bit of this other part because I want there to be a gap. And I'm cutting off about 1/8 of an inch, which I know you can't really see it from there, but I'm going to cut off about 1/8 of an inch, maybe just a little bit more than that. So I will have these 2 pieces, and then I am going to put them on my little base. So I'm just putting a little bit of tape at the top, a little bit of tape at the bottom, and this I've got a little bit more than what I needed there in the little gap there. And to put this on here, if you kind of hold on to it until it lines up, and if you kind of push in here into the middle of the heart, then it goes in pretty easy. The little bottom part's a little harder to put on there, and just to line it up and try to make sure that your gap is even, and it can only be as even as what you got it cut, but that's okay because I'm going to use peel-offs, and these are from the Flower Soft company, and I don't know if you can still get them through there. These are so old. They're probably almost 20 years old. But I got rid of the Flower Soft stuff that I had, and but I kept the peel-offs because they're so awesome. Okay, so I'm going to take one of the peel-offs, and you don't need very much, but I'm going to take one of these real skinny pieces, and see how it's almost like a pencil line. It's so thin. And you just line it up where you want to put it. And I'm going to put it right on the edge of the top part. So it's not in the gap, it's just on top of the edge. And then I'm just going to cut off where it's hangs over. Whoops, I just kind of curved it by accident. Okay. And then the other side. And I'm amazed how straight you can get these things. I mean, I did them with my granddaughter, and she was like 2 or 3 at the time. It was amazing. And she could get them straight. I was just amazed at how easy they were to work with. We start our crafters young. Okay. She was probably closer to 3, but we worked on it. Okay, so there it is. And you can see it's simply beautiful. That's what I would like to say. Okay, where's my little piece of paper so you can kind of see it better there. And I still have this much left, and you keep all of it because you can connect them if you run out, and they connect real easy. But if you don't have that, I mean, you can still do them anyhow. Okay, so now I've got another one like this. And I actually have 3 here someplace. Because I started this video once and then I had to stop for a second. So now I've got 3 like this. When I first did them, it's like I didn't really like how it turned out. But once I added that peel off, it really looks different. Okay, so I've got 3 like that. Now let's do one of the 4th of July ones. And I don't know if you've seen Ginger's Corner. She will say, you know, try to keep things monochromatic. And I really do that, with the exception of, like, if I'm gonna do 4th of July, or if I know what I'm going to be working on, then I might make a special, you know, a special color combination. But otherwise you do want to make sure that you use something that you can use. Okay, I'm using this stripe, and I bought this paper just to make these because I ran out of stripes. So anyhow, I'm gonna punch that, and I do strategically place it so that I get a good, you know, even punch. And this paper is not real lightweight, but it's kind of lightweight. And then I'm going to use this Creative Memories paper, and it's blue with a white star on it, so it kind of looks like a flag. And this I'm going to put up at the top, and again I'm going to place it strategically so I kind of have the stars even. So you can kind of see there. And it might not be perfect, but it'll be pretty close. Okay, so now I've got this little half one. And before, when I did them, I had a diagonal stripe. And so that looks real cute. Now this is this stripe goes vertical, but you could always turn it horizontal if you want to. But I thought I would like to make some this way because I've got a lot going the other way. And this one, I'm only going to put one on the top. And this one I will not be cutting a piece for the bottom. And this one I only, since I had a small piece, oops, I got it crooked. Since I had a small piece, I was just able to just punch the top. And it looks like my punch didn't work out real well on this one spot. It's probably too close to the edge when I punched it. But see how cute that is? I mean, I think that could be called done the way it is. But you could still take one of the peel-offs, and this time I'm going to use gold because I like gold on my flags. And this time I am going to use one of these ones where it's kind of like a little line coming down from it. And so I've got lots of little pieces. And there might not be enough to go all the way across, but let me see. Okay, it's just a tiny bit shy. So I'm gonna find one of these little tiny pieces. Here's one that's got like little just like little 3, I'm gonna call it like dental work, that kind of trim on houses. It's called dental work when it's just got the little tiny edges. So I'm just using a little extra piece. You won't even be able to tell that I added to it, and because I really only added 1. Let me push it down a little harder because it wants to pop up. And just going to trim this off, and then I'm going to save that piece in case I need it for another one that only needs a tiny bit extra. And trim off this other little piece. And there you go, it's like that. I just think they add so much to it. But here's one I just took, whenever I cut out Mente papers, if I have like a little piece left, like even this here, let me tell you how thick it is, or the dimension of it. And it's 1/8 watt. Excuse me. I don't know how come I can't get through this. It must be talking, because it's like I haven't coughed all day, but now I'm talking. So I've used one of these. It's 1/8 of an inch thick, and I use that on this one, and just cut it. You know, it's like I had this little tiny trim left. So if I have a real nice sturdy piece of paper, and it's like, you know, real nice piece of paper, it's a pretty color, so I just saved it. And on this one here, I took a piece of wood paper, wood grain paper, and then over here I have a floral, which I think it's a Mind's Eye, excuse me, I think it's Mind's Eye, and it's got this plaid on the back, which this is one of my favorite papers. One of my favorite all-time papers, because I love gingham. So, so that's that. And I mean, you could cut, if you had a nice piece of gold or something, you could always use that. So that's that one. Now right here, I have a piece of wood trim, or wood paper. It's white. And I punched out this gingham. I only had, what, it's 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just gonna put that right in the middle. I just kind of eyeballed where I wanted it and cut it so it would kind of lay in the middle. So then, just like a puzzle, you just gotta line it up. And I didn't get it up or down low enough, but let me try that again. And I hope I'm in the screen here. So then you got the little gingham in the wood, so that's really cute. And on this, I think I'll try a piece of gold on this, because I think that would look really cute. And this time I placed it just below the gingham. Oh, and I can see I'm still crooking on this little piece of gingham. Okay, let me try it again, because I know I'm going to have more tape. And let me go ahead and cut this since I've got it on there. And just always keep putting these back on your paper, because it will, you can just keep using them. And let me trim this side since I got it off there. Okay. Let's see, maybe if I hit up against that. Okay, now I'm just a little bit, I think I just had it up just a little bit too high, but I'm just going to trim it off. Okay, so there you go. And wouldn't that be cute with just like a little flower on it? I mean, I totally could use that on my page. Just the white and the gingham. And here's some I just cut out of really pretty paper that scraps I had. This had gold on it. So, and this one here, it's the same paper. It had a floral, a paisley, and then some of it had a gold. And so that's just the paisley one. Okay, and here's another one I did. It's the plaid and then a pink flower. And let's go ahead and do one of those. So I've got this pink flower, and where's my little piece of plaid? Here it is. And again, you can make these any size. I think I'm going to put this at the bottom this time. So again, I'm going to try to strategically place it so I don't have to cut the whole thing. And I'm going to call that a good spot. And I'm going to put that down here at the bottom. I think it's easier to line up at the top, but since I had this one already punched, and I don't have too much of either one of these paper left, because, you know, it is just scraps. And whenever I use pink and white, I like silver with it. So I'm going to put a piece of silver with it. And let's see, I've got one of these ones that kind of look like chain link. So I'm going to use that. We'll see if it goes all the way across, and if it doesn't, I will just add to it. Okay, and it's just a smidgen too short, so I'm actually going to just see if I go right on top of the plaid, it will be close enough. It's missing a little tiny bit, so let me see if I can just take one of these ones that are short or very tiny, and I'm gonna just overlap it here. And I can see I need a little bit of glue. What did I do with that? It's over here underneath my paper because it's pulled up on that one side. So, because, okay, I'll probably be wearing a little bit of this. Yep. Okay, and the little peel-offs, they'll just kind of stick to it easily, so. And I only had to put like one link onto it. But they're so adorable. Okay, let's see what else I've got out here to make. I tried to give it a little bit of each sample. I made my 4th of July one. Okay, now I've got a plaid, and I have it was a floral. It looked kind of like, oh, maybe it looked like a blue painted wood that just is streaked. So I cut the bottom off, and I'm just going to put it on this plaid. Oop, I lost a little of my peel off. I forgot to put it away. Okay, so I'm going to use that. Let's see, what else could I put with that? Maybe a little piece of wood. Let me try a little piece of wood with it. So I'm going to punch a piece of the wood. And it doesn't have to go all the way to the top because I am not going to use it all. I actually just want to put it Okay, I'm gonna glue that on here or tape it. So I'm just gonna put it on here until I see it's in the right spot. It looks like it's there. Oh, and I'm a little crooked, but it fits, so I'm just gonna leave it because it really doesn't matter. So I'm gonna take that and slice off enough so it looks like 1/8 of an inch of wood below it. And if I put my blue, let me see, if I put my blue right up to this plastic guide, then it should leave about 1/8 of an inch. The hardest part is getting something small out of the trimmer. Okay, let me get that out of there. Okay, so now I've got this little piece with just that tiny bit of trim on there. And now I'm gonna glue that or tape it on top of my plaid. Okay, so there's that, the plaid, the wood, and the floral. I like that. It's real, you know, subtle colors. And I'm gonna save this just in case I wanna put it onto something else. And so that one there, I am not gonna put any gold trim on it at all. Or silver trim, either way. Any of the peel-offs. Okay, let's see what else I have here. I got another one of those, but let me do something else. Because I also took a piece of a border, or the branding strips. So I'm going to use that, and that's what I've done here. I've used this piece. This is the branding strip. I had this much extra because I had cut my paper to be matted around. So there's 3/8 of an inch there. So that's what I did here. I cut that. And I had another piece from the other side that I had trimmed off. So I just took, in this case, just a piece of white paper that I had already punched. So let me do that. Okay, so I've got that. And then I took my border, and let's see, do I want to do it this way this time, or? Yeah, let's do that this way this time. Remember I told you, it's like, I need a new one of these punches. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in there. And again, I'm kind of planning where it's gonna be. And so I'm gonna put that up at the top on this white. And this actually has, sorry about that, just goes off by itself every now and then. Okay, so it actually has like a little perforation right there, but it's like I never bent it or anything. I just cut it off, so it's still nice and sturdy there. So there you go with that. And now I can also add, do I want to add this piece? Let me do that. I'm going to cut that. I'm just going to put it into, cut the dark pink. And I'm going to go all the way to well, as far as what I can go down and see if that gives me enough to actually go all the way to the butt up against the other one. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect, I would say. So I'm just gonna butt it right up next to the other one. I just think it's cute to do like these, like the two tones, I guess. Look at how pretty that is. And you could use the peel-offs. I think I'll use the peel-offs on here. Maybe at least one side. Let's see. Here's a pattern I haven't used. This one's just kind of, let's show you. I don't know what you'd call this, just kind of wavy. So I'm going to put that here at the bottom. Okay, and I'm going to put that back on the rest of my peel-offs. And let's see. Let me see if I got like a little pink sliver of paper. Oh, I might have already used it. This one's pink. What's this one? Green. Let's see, what else do I have? I also, let's see, I cut this paper one day and it cut super thin and yet looks so, and yet it's a real nice sturdy piece of paper. So I think I'm gonna put that on there. See what that looks like. So I'm just gonna put a little strip of glue because it's very, very thin. Get off that little lump, that clump of glue. Okay, so I'm just going to try to put a little line right here. And it might not be in screen, but I'll show you. Okay, so I've just put like a little line of paper. And now this here, it's actually like a floral piece of paper. I think it's the same paper that I used on here. So you just see the little bit of flower, but you can't make out that it's actually a flower. Well, maybe you can. So I'm just gonna put that there. And it is like a 1/16 of an inch. It's really small. But when it came off, I thought, oh, that's kind of like a peel off. It's like one of those peel off papers. Look at how cute that is. Okay, so there's that one. Was there one more I wanted to show you? Oh yes, there is. This here. I kind of have papers laying everywhere. Okay, I have this piece of wood grain paper. It's not real wood, wood grain. And I'm going to punch that. And just however I can get it in there, really, because that it's thin enough that it does want to move around. And I'm a real hoarder with paper. I will definitely cut a few things out of there before I throw it away. So I've got this piece here, and then I'm going to actually cut a strip of this off because I want just a small piece. So I'm gonna cut, let's see. I'm just gonna cut it into the gingham. So let me tell you how thick this is. This is probably 1/8 of an inch. So I got this much. And then I'm gonna take this and just put it right up at the top, as far as it will go. I love this paper. This is Creative Memories. I don't know if you can still get this, but boy, I'd like another piece of it. Okay, and this, I think I just had some border strips left of it. Okay, so I've got this much, but I'm gonna cut it down because I just want it at the top. So I'm gonna do the 3/4 again, maybe a smidgen less. Okay, so I'm going to actually just, let's see, can I just glue this on top of there first and then put this? Let's see, I think I'm gonna have to slide it underneath, so I'm just gonna glue this at the top, or tape it at the top, I should say. And it's kind of hard to see now on my wood. Okay, so lining this up. And I think it's lined up there in the middle. Let me slide this. No, it wasn't close to it. Okay, there we go. So this is what I've got so far. I love this because it looks so Western. Okay, and then I'm going to slide this underneath it. Maybe. It's my goal. Okay, so just a little bit of it is showing. So that looks like it's going to work, and I think I'm going to have to use the glue. Okay, and hopefully I'll get it underneath there before it sticks to it. Okay, yeah, we're there. I need to go do something plaid, so I got more little scraps. Okay, and I think that's straight, yep. And then I'll just cut it into that heart-shaped. Now these papers that I just used here, they are thin enough. This is like a Hobby Lobby wood paper, the Creative Memories paper, and then this little gingham, whatever it was. They are thin enough that I could have layered them together probably and put it through the punch. But look at how cute that is. Loving it. So that's a really gorgeous one. Let's see, do I want to do one more? So that would be really cute. I also have a plaid. Oh, that's off. Okay. Oh, let's see, I have this other one I was thinking about doing. Okay, I have I have these two papers, and let me show you what I would do with this one. Okay, so I would take, now I've done different sizes because I actually done this one smaller today. And so I'm gonna run my stripe so it runs vertically, and I'm gonna offset it so the stripe is not right in the middle. So here's that. And then I'm gonna take this here, and you see how it looks like woven ribbon with pearls on it. Now when you punch this, here's something that you want to remember. that when you go to punch it, it's got the pearls on there. You don't want it to look like eyes or breasts, so you want to put it off center, or maybe only show one pearl. Well, no, I'm going to use 2 pearls just because if only one shows, it's going to end up right in the middle. So let me plan it. So, nope, it still looks odd. Okay. Okay, I think this might be the spot. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of have to punch off the one a little bit. Oh, it's so thin it doesn't want to punch. Okay, let me try that again. I did do it earlier. Okay. I might have to just flip it over and push it and see if that works. Okay, so again, you want to do it kind of offset. Okay, I just couldn't punch it that way. Okay, so now I was cutting it so that I didn't have to cut it again, but I did. So let's see, do I want this on the top? So now I can cut either one of them, or I can actually cut it sideways. Excuse me, let me cut it sideways because I haven't done one like that since I did the wood. Okay, so let me show you that. Okay, I've got to cut off a little bit more, otherwise you don't get to see the pearls at all. So this one, I think I'm going to cut it just a little to one side, not the center. So I probably only have a 1/16 of an inch to one side. And then I'm going to just run it right here. If I can pick it up. Okay, so I mean, these would be so pretty to put like on a wedding card. You could use it in your planner. Okay, I'll show you that one. And then I had done this one earlier. And see how I just did the one pearl, and then you can still see the woven ribbon look. Okay, let me show you one more like this wood one. Okay, so I actually started with where's my piece of wood that I was working with? Here it is. I think I can cut out the whole heart on here. Let me see. This one's hard to get in there because it's so thick. Okay, I can actually cut the whole piece of wood, so I'm going to do that. Wow. That took some muscles. Okay, so I've got that. And then I took my favorite flower here, and this time I'm gonna tear off this. And I'm tearing this right side towards me, so I've got that tear in my embellishment here. And so I'm just gonna kind of rough it up a little more with my nail than what it is. And let's see, I've got a little piece of this lace trim that's just laying here. Let me put that in there. Since it's on my table already. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of just cut this off so it's not in the way. And I'm going to just glue it on my little heart here, or my torn piece. Okay, and then just show that very edge. See what I've got there? Just that little bit of lace. Little punch lace. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it right on this side. So it'll be just the opposite of the one that I did here. And this one I'm not gonna put that little green trim on it. I'm just gonna leave it like it is since I've put the lace on it. Now that, look at how cute that is. Oops, I got lace hanging off the edge here. So I've got two with the wood. Wouldn't that be cute for like a little country wedding? You could make a little card like that. It's adorable. And I love this. Okay, so I'm gonna take, let's see, the little one here, the little wood one, and one of these. So I'll take these ones out. Let's see. So I've got 6 here. If you want to tell me what you would do with them, so leave a comment, like and subscribe, and in 2 weeks I will pick a winner and send you all these little hearts and some Flair from my shop. And thank you for joining me today. Remember, you can use any scraps, but try to make them kind of monochromatic. So even the one I didn't show you here. And otherwise, definitely papers that you would use. So thank you for joining me. Remember, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and you can win these and some Flair. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.